Hey guys, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your beginning of September Jupiter Blessings reading. Now keep in mind it's a general reading, which means it cannot possibly apply to every single person that is watching. But if you would like a personal reading, all of the information will be pinned in the comment section below. In case you are new to the channel, welcome, come on in. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today. And I hope that you guys are doing well. So for my collective, for today's Jupiter Blessings reading, when I was meditating over the energy, the song that I heard was Blessings by Big Sean featuring Drake and Kanye West. Big Sean is an Aries, Drake is a Scorpio, and Kanye West is a Gemini. Now, if you don't hear a sign that resonates with anything in your chart, that does not mean that the message is not for you. It just seems like it could be amplified for people who do have these positions in their chart. And also, you may be a messenger, or you may need to be a messenger. Like, you may hear this message and it may resonate with your loved one, and you may need to forward this and share it with them. So keep that in mind as well. So Aries, Gemini, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. Also, this could resonate with time frames. Of course, Aries and Gemini season is over, but we have yet to enter Scorpio season, which is October, November time frame. So if some of you all are wondering when you will have your big break or when will the heaviness lift, for some of you all, it will be Scorpio season, but I feel like it's going to be this time frame. And Scorpio season is that far from now, right? Because we're in September, right? Scorpio season starts in October. So things could start to transform and shift for you right now, and then you'll see the fruit of your labor in Scorpio season. Again, that's for some of you all, but for a lot of you all, I feel like it's going to happen in September, you know. In the song, the part that really stood out to me, he says, blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life. That means lessons on lessons on lessons. In other words, like, there was blessings that came out of those lessons. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through so many different trials and tribulations, and now I'm seeing the blessings, because when you look at it at the end of the day, I wouldn't have been able to get through all of those lessons if I wasn't blessed, if I wasn't highly favored, if I wasn't protected. And that's the message that I'm getting for you all today. You're getting ready to see the fruition. You're getting ready to see the abundance coming in. Because what I heard was that for a lot of you all, you've paid your karmic dues. The karmic dues have been paid, okay? And now you're getting ready to watch everything around you flourish. So that's an absolute beautiful message that I'm getting. So let's jump into it. The spirit animal that we got today is the ladybug. The ladybug is associated, you guys know ladybugs are a sign of good luck, protection, happiness, positive changes on the horizon. And it's also inviting you to stay open to new opportunities. And this just made me think about it. I was at my daughter's game this past weekend, and you know how you see something out the side of your eye, and it was like bees bees were attacking me. I didn't have perfume on because I knew I was gonna be outdoors and stuff like that. I didn't have anything going, and bees were just like swarming around me. It just seemed like they were following me nonstop. And I know that's a sign of abundance and things like that. It wasn't like attacking, but it was just like no matter where I went, there was a bee somewhere. And then so, out of my side eye, I seen something flying towards me. So I automatically just start swatting. I'm like, oh my God, this is another bee. And it was a damn ladybug, and that ladybug would not stop following me. And then she came and landed on my shoulder. I didn't even bother. I'm like, okay, just sit there and chill. So I feel like for some of y'all, you are attracted, because I was attracting bees in the ladybug. So some of you guys are getting ready to attract that. And I genuinely did not even think about that until just now when I was reading the definition for the ladybug spirit animal. That damn ladybug landed on me. And I feel like that's a sign for some of you. And it's interesting because it landed like right on my shoulder area. You know what I mean? So it's making me think about like the weight that was once on your shoulder is being replaced by abundance. Okay, so that's the message Spirit is trying to share. You carried a lot of weight on your shoulder from all the heaviness and all the lessons, the karmic situations that you had to heal from. Now the weight that you're going to be carrying is blessings on blessings on blessings. That's the part of the song that I heard. Okay, so go ahead and check out and listen to those lyrics. Of course, it's hip hop music, so it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but just the overall message. He's talking about how he's blessed even after he's been through so many trials and tribulations. So that's the message for you all today. Let's talk about some names. This could be first, middle, last name, street name, business name, locations. Put it where it applies. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. So we have Leonard, Bianca, Anderson, Aubrey, Robin, Rudolph, Dennis, Sandy, Scott, Lamar, Graham, Abel, Jenna, Jordan, Carter, Canada, Chicago, Atlanta, Amelia, and Brendan. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. We are going to get the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, the card that comes before and the card that comes after, and then we will get clarifiers for our Jupiter blessings reading. I keep feeling like, you know, I keep hearing like I got a good feeling about this. So if you're thinking about whether or not you should do something, submit some type of application, take a chance on some type of transfer, like a transfer from a different department, one department to another. Like if you want to stay in the same career field, or you want to stay in the same company, but you want to transfer, I'm here like I get a good feeling about that. Also, if you are applying for something, you know what I mean? Applying for a new car, applying for a place, applying for some type of loan, anything that you're applying for right now, they're saying it's an amazing time to do so. And for those of you watching and you're new to, you know, how the cosmos resonate with our everyday life and things like that, I do Jupiter blessings readings because Jupiter is ruled, you know, Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, right? If you're wanting to do things like applications, do anything in regards to money and things like that, and you want to work with the cosmic energy, do it on a Thursday. Jupiter is about luck, expansion, blessings, abundance, okay? Expansion in all areas. So make sure you're doing things like submitting things on a Thursday. Not to say you can't do it any other day, because if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. But working with the energy so it can give you like an added boost, do it on Thursday. So again, we want the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, the card that comes before and the card that comes after. At the bottom of the deck, we have major arcana, the chariot, Cancerian energy. I feel like for some of y'all, you have left a karmic cycle. Like you've been out of some type of karmic cycle since Cancer season, which is June, July time frame, but you may not be seeing, or you haven't yet seen like any changes in your life. You are moving forward because she's facing us. Okay, you are moving forward. You're going in a different direction. Some of y'all, things have been lifted, but you are so used to living a certain way that you're kind of just, I don't want to say comfortable, because I feel like discomfort, to be honest with you. Some of you all know it's time for you to go in a different direction, but it may be feeling like the circumstances didn't work in your favor, but they're saying now is the time. You know, the chariot is your divine vehicle. It's always going to help you move forward unless it's in this position. So let's go ahead and shuffle. Hello. You're already starting off with two major arcana. The empress is rather wealthy. She's rather well off. That's why she's dressed in gold and green. What Don Juan say, gold is for the money. Well, green is for the honeys and gold is for the honeys, right? So I feel like for a lot of y'all, you are surrounded by blessings and abundance. And I always tell you guys this is not a wheel, right? But the way she's holding it always makes me think about holding the steering wheel, like you are steering. And if you think about the chariot as your divine vehicle, so that ties in for me, you are steering your life. A lot of y'all, like I said, something has come full circle. If you notice behind her, there is a circle. It's behind her. If you notice here, there's a circle. It is behind her. But then she has a circle in front of her. Something has come full circle, and I feel like a karmic cycle has come full circle. Now you are entering a new cycle in your life. And if you see, there's a hole in it, so it's entering. You're getting ready to enter a new circle of opportunities. There's a lot going on for you all in a positive way. You got that rabbit that talks about luck and abundance. I was just looking at these mushrooms here. I don't know. It's just for some reason it made me think about ladybugs. I know that's not what it is, but it's just making me think about that. So let's go ahead and shuffle. Some of you guys are like by your house. There's very odd looking mushrooms in your yard, or some type of plant or growth that's come around your property. I don't know if you, there's an app, and it's free because I've done it a couple times on my property. There's an app. Take pictures. If you have some type of growth or something like that on your property, and I'm hearing that it could be either positive or not so good. If you're seeing something like that, I know that has nothing to do with Jupiter, but they're telling you, you know, because Jupiter also is associated with growth. So I'm getting something with a new growth, like some type of plant in your yard. Take a picture of it. There's a free app that you can take a picture, and it'll tell you what kind of plant that is. For some of you all, it could be something very good, like a medicinal. You can use it for medicinal purposes. Okay, everything comes from nature, right? Everything. Or it could be something that you need to get rid of on your property, because if you have animals, it can make your animals sick or something like that. I'm not getting that for a lot of people, but I ain't gonna front. You got the death card right here, so be careful about something with growths. And it's interesting because as I'm seeing, I'm like, you got these like flowers growing out the pots and things like that. So it could be something where I keep seeing like those mushrooms that we seen on that last card. It could look like mushrooms, or it could just look very weird, like some weird type of plant life. So if you see it again, there is a free app. I don't know the name of it. Just type in free plant app or free plant description app, something like that, and type it up if you have some interesting growth on your property, because it could be toxic to your plant, to your animals or something like that. Because I'm just noticing how on this card, there's an animal right over each pot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it can go either way, either good or bad, because you got two sides. That's like a 50-50. So I know that's not for everyone, but I did have to share that. Again, we are going for Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Now currently at the bottom of the deck, Three of Cups, celebrations. Again, you guys are getting ready to celebrate. Life is getting lighter. They're floating. Life is getting lighter for you. No more being weighed down. No more feeling bogged down. And I did say for some of y'all, it's like karmic cycles have wrapped up for you all since Cancer season. You got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. But you haven't seen the shift. Not quite yet. But now you're getting ready to. Okay? And then also, remember I was saying, we had, a Gemini, Aries, and also a Scorpio. Drake is a Scorpio, the artist who sang that song. So this could be Scorpio season. Also, like a Scorpio season, now everything is panning out. Everything's working out in your favor. You have stuff to celebrate about, right? So, again, oh, yeah, it could be. Because I just thought about it with that death card, that's Scorpio also. So for a lot of y'all, you're going to see things play out in Scorpio season. Again, October, November time frame. So that's a message as well. Yep, and I like this. Because you got the 10 of Wands, carrying a heavy load, carrying a heavy burden, but it's behind. Anything behind is the past. So that's done. That's done and over that heaviness. So there we go. And it didn't take that long for us to get to it. And like I said, Scorpio season is not that far from now. We're already in September and Scorpio season is in October. So let's see what's in front of it. 7 of Wands, guardedness, defensiveness, protection. You may have felt like you were being blocked. Like things could not come towards you. Blessings couldn't come your way. You always had to fight. And you may have had to fight. You may have had some battles. Like I mentioned earlier, some trials and tribulations. But you will see that flow. You see how the water is flowing to this from those cups. You will see that flow of abundance coming towards you. There's the Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune. And then you have your second rabbit here. Remember in that first card, the Empress, we had a rabbit. You got another rabbit. That's luck and abundance. And then up under here, you got the 5 of Pentacles, lack, loss, abandonment, being left out in cold. You feel like the universe forgot about you and you feel defeated with the 9 of Wands, but that's not the case. At least not for much longer. I feel like the universe never forgot about you. Like I said, I think you guys were just going through some type of karmic cycles that put you in a position of lack. You were meant to learn something from it. I feel like a lot of you all have learned from it. I feel like, to tell you the truth, what I'm getting with this combination here, I feel like for a lot of you all, roadblocks, spiritual roadblocks were set in your life on purpose so that you can know how to maneuver when you were going through hard times, when you were going through difficulties. And a lot of stuff that when we experience stuff like that, that is character building, like cycles in your life. Because for every part of our journey, we must acquire a new skill, a new trait, a new emotional trait. We have to acquire new things, and you won't ever acquire anything new or learn anything new if you don't go through situations that helps you evolve, that is character building, right? So that's what I'm feeling here. Hello. What I say to you. And look, that's crazy. Same card, but if you notice here, who's right here holding it? The devil. That's why I said it seems like things were blocking you, and that's exactly what that was. And hear what I said, keyword was. Was is past tense, not is, right? That's in the past. If you notice, this is the wheel. That's supposed to be like the Wheel of Fortune, but this always makes me think about a compass. It looks like a compass to me. And if you think about a compass, it's help guide you so that you can navigate, so that you can find your way. The devil kept trying to block you, or negative energies, whatever you resonate with spiritually, it was trying to block you and stop you from moving forward. But before 2025 wraps up, you will be out of that cycle. For a lot of you, I'm telling you. Again, something strong associated with Scorpio, because with the Wheel of Fortune, you have Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and also Scorpio energy. This is fated and destined. No one can stop this. It's already been written. Every character has a book here. It's already been written for you to have this success. And I feel like, you know, it's interesting because I'm hearing that damn Christmas song. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. I'm hearing that. So that's something you may get some type of big gift, or somebody may gift you something major, or for a Christmas gift, like you get to, move into your new home or something like that for somebody. But overall, with this, for some reason, it's making me feel like they're writing down in the book, like, okay, this person has done their due diligence. They have done what they need to do. They have learned the lesson. Okay, we're checking them off the list. They're free from all that karmic bullshit that they was going through. They're free. They're moving on. Let's help them out. Let's bring the blessings into their life. That's what I was getting when I was hearing those lyrics. So to get this twice, that's dope. Queen of Cups, Kings and Queens, they sit in a position of hierarchy, authority. They are very well off in life, and they are typically in control of a kingdom, right? So for a lot of y'all, it is something big with homes. Because if you see, she's sitting outside. But a king and a queen, they always have a castle. So something with someone's home life, even if you look there, they look indoors, but if there's lack there, because the Five of Pentacles is lack, somebody is lacking or feels like they're in lack because they're not living where they want to live. They may be living with family, don't have their own, or even if you have your own, it's like you're barely able to pay your bills. Your cup is about to run over. You will be just fine, just fine. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier for the Seven of Wands. Absolutely, look at that. The Tower, Scorpio energy again. Okay, for a lot of y'all, you're going to see stuff playing out for you in Scorpio season, okay? You got Aries and Scorpio, and I did say two of those artists are a Aries. One is an Aries, one is Scorpio. The Tower is like everything falling around and collapsing around you. It's in reverse. So this is making me feel like the universe hit a Uno reverse, but in a positive way, like going in your favor, moving away from karma, okay? Negative karma, I have to say that, because there is positive karma, you know, good and bad karma. Some of y'all are going through some very, I almost said harsh, so I'm going to say it because Spirit wanted me to say it, some harsh and heavy karmic cycles where you experience a lot of lack, a lot of blockages, feeling defeated. But oh wow, look what's up under there. But now your path is being lit. And then look what's peeking out at the top. Your path is being lit that's leading you to your happiness. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then what's crazy is at the bottom of this, when I lifted this up, these cards were stuck here. And you have Aries again with the Emperor. Now he's over. You see how there's a city and a town? Like now he's on top of the world. And that's what I feel like for a lot of y'all is going to feel like, finally, I'm on top of things. Finally, I feel like I have control over what's happening in my life. You know, no more waiting. Okay, you got the Temperance card. That's a card of waiting. That's a card of timing. It's in reverse. With this, I feel like no more waiting. Okay, some of y'all have strong Sagittarius in your chart. Or also get that somebody may have told you, okay, you have to wait to Sagittarius season, like November, December time frame, in order to do something. Like, say, for instance, you want to buy a car. You want to buy a home. You could have been talking to a financier and they said, well, you can't do this until you have to wait till so many months to get your credit together, blah, 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 blah. But something comes about that allows you to purchase something that you need, something that's necessary much sooner. When I talk about someone getting a new car and things like that, it doesn't have to be like the most expensive car on the lot and all this other stuff. It just is like, I need a car that runs well, that I don't have to be stressed out and worried about breaking down every other day, so I can get back and forth to work, so I can get my kids to school, so I can take care of business. Somebody will be getting a new car. I'm getting that for sure. Let's get a clarifier with the Seven of Wands. Universal energies of light, okay? And it flipped down, but I've seen partially what it was. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior. So for a lot of y'all, yeah, you felt defeated. You felt like things were blocking you. But here's the thing, like what I was talking about with the, you've already dealt with these, you've paid your karmic dues. If you look, these wands are behind him. All these strikes against you, they're behind you. And he's holding this wand right here like, okay, I'm taking control. I'm fearless. I'm not going to sit here and let anything hold me back. You've been in your head. Some of you guys are overthinking things in your life. You're stressed out. You got the 7 and the 9. Somebody's birth dates has a 7 in it. The 7th, the 17th, the 27th, the 9th, the 19th, the 29th. You could be in life path number 7 or life path number 9. But just seeing that 9 of Wands twice, like I said, 2025 is a 9 year. Before this year wraps up, you will be out of lack. You will not be in a place of strife and continuous struggle and hardship. That's wrapping up. 7 of Swords, liar, cheater, manipulator, sneak, conniver, some type of deception. Also, like, I feel like this goes back to what we was picking up with that Wheel of Fortune that we seen in the beginning and how the devil was holding the wheel. It made you think, because Swords, communication and mental, that devil was making you think, that negative energy, okay, was making you think that you would never be able to succeed. Good things would never happen to you. And again, this is confirmation that that's not true, okay? Let's get a clarifier for the Five of Pentacles. Dang, okay. Wheel of Fortune. I'm sorry, the World. Okay, and it goes back to what I was saying. So you have the 4 elements here: earth, air, fire, and water. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. Something happened in Scorpio season. Things are moving forward for you all. And that's a positive thing. That's major arcana, the wheel. I keep wanting to say the wheel. So again, they're saying like you're going to be moving forward with that Wheel of Fortune. The abundance is coming in for you. I feel like for a lot of y'all in Scorpio season, things are going to be made lighter. I feel like during September, things will be lighter. You're going to see things transition. It won't feel as heavy. It won't feel as, difficult to navigate, because the world is about navigation. I want to say the wheel again. You guys know there's no such thing as accidents. I keep wanting to say the wheel. So that's just confirmation. Even look how she's looking back. Her body is going this way, but she's looking back like, oh yeah, I know it's time for me to get that abundance. I know it's time for me to get the blessings. I know it's time for, the positivity to come in. Because again, the name of the song is blessings. Blessings are getting ready to come. They're already around you, because this person right here is surrounded already. She's in this protective bubble. She's protected by her ancestors, her spirit guides, her guardians, whatever you resonate with spiritually. You are being watched after. You are being protected. And it's a certainty. It is a certainty that you will be moving forward in the most positive way. Okay? Because also outside of moving forward, that's one cycle ending, another cycle beginning, but it's a blessed cycle. It's a very protected cycle. It is a very assured cycle. You are being assured, because look at all this energy. You got the 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and then you are ending with the Wheel of Fortune. Very positive. This is saying that these cycles of heaviness are over. This is your very last and final card, and it's the only major arcana here outside of your main energy, right? These heavy cycles, all this heaviness, all this defeat, all these blockages, it's done. You are entering a new cycle, and it is assured for you. It is definitely assured. Nothing's going to stop you from walking into that new cycle. Yeah, I'm definitely getting like some type of karmic stuff is over. A lot of y'all were going through some type of Saturn returns, even some past life stuff, to be honest with you. Some of you guys were dealing with some past life karma, like a lot. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it, but if you look into it, like just study it. Earth is a karmic planet. It is. And it's not, again, there's good karma, there's bad karma, but it's all about karma. That's why you reincarnate and you go through these things, because you have to heal karma. You have to, heal stuff with your soul. And so some of you guys are dealing with stuff from a past life. And if you're not into stuff like that, I completely understand, but that's just what I'm getting right here. Some of you guys are healing some past life karmic stuff, and you have done just that, and now you're getting ready to go in a different, a different direction. You're closing that out. That's done for you, and the blessings are getting ready to trickle in. I just heard Emerald. Someone lives on Emerald Street, Emerald Boulevard, in the color green. Work with the color green, and that makes a lot of sense, especially on Thursdays, because that's about, blessings, especially when you're talking about financial blessings. And I get this all the time when I do Jupiter blessings readings. There's a lot of people who have been unknowingly blocking blessings, because people are so fearful of money. Because I've heard this even since I was a child as well, that's saying that money is the root of all evil. And I keep telling people it's the root of all evil when you worship money. You're not supposed to worship money. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to realize that it's necessary for you to live. And you can live a very well and fulfilling life if you understand that. You get what I'm saying? When people do things out of greed, then yeah, you suffer. So I'm okay. Spirit is saying that I'm saying this because for some of y'all in the past life, that may have been a main focus of you: money, 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 money. And that's why you experience lack in this lifetime, or you were dealing with hardships in this lifetime, because in your past life, you were just so focused on monetary gains. And so that's why you were stripped of it in this lifetime, or you had a hard time obtaining it in this lifetime. And now you have learned, right? Due to blockages, due to hardships, you have learned how to live life without solely focusing on monetary gains, monetary needs. You've dealt without it, or you've dealt with limited resources, and you've dealt with it in a graceful way. Even if you don't think so, Spirit is saying you dealt with it in a graceful way. You didn't rob, cheat, kill, and steal to get what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? You did everything that you could in your power to live a prosperous life and to live a righteous if you want to think about it, because there's a lot of people out here, scammers and all types of stuff. You didn't choose that route. You didn't choose that route. And so Spirit is saying you did the work. You fought many battles. Okay, you did your biggest one out here, and that's why you have closed up that cycle, and that's why you are getting ready to transition into a more fruitful reality that is happening. And we keep getting a lot. We've had a lot of major arcana energy associated with Scorpio. So I feel like right now, 9 of Wands, we're in the 9th month, you are healing, you're regaining your bearings, your footing, okay, after going through all this hardship. And then around Scorpio season, for a lot of you all, it's going to start, you're going to see the blessings trickling in. Right now, in September, things will get much lighter for you. And you will see the blessings coming in Scorpio season, October, November time frame. Okay? So thank you guys so very much for watching Queen Airbender Tarot. As always, I'm going to ask that you continue to like, share, subscribe, click that all button. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye.